main episode, we will focus on a very relevant in the timely topic, glucosing English testing, a story from Cirebon. Let's begin our event this morning by reciting Al-Basmalah together.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Into the instrument world, English is not only global language but also deeply influenced by local cultures and the context. As education, we are challenged not to only teach English but also as in ways are the important question how we design English testing that reflect both global standards and local realities. Today, we will explore the topic, Glucosing English Testing, a story from Cirebon. Season invites to look easily can introduce it to English assessment perspectives. Uh, to create a start the insightful discussion, we are honored to have a distinguished speaker as today. She is different culture in the English language teaching department, know expertise and commitment to education language. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Musiana Nurul A.M. Ham. Musiana Nurul A.M. Ham holds our Master degree in Linguistics from Universitas Diponegoro and completed her undergraduate studies in English education at Universitas Negeri Semarang. She currently serves as a lecturer as well as the secretary of the PPG department. Her academic interests include reading, English proficiency, literacy, the integrated technology or in language learning, and she is extensive in the teachers' courses and a language assessment English. In addition, she has received multiple series organs from the lieutenants in 2023, 2024, and 2025, which reflects her active contribution to research and development in the field of English language education. Today, we will share a valuable insight and experience how English testing can be adapted to reflect the global standards, the spirit of meaningful and context education. Please give applause for Miss Musiana Nurul A.M. Home.
Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah.
Without further ado, the times is yours.
Okay. Um, can I share my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Wait. Okay. Well, can you all see my screen already?
Yes, Miss.
All right, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for this chance. So, on this occasion, I would like to share my research project related to globalizing English proficiency tests in the context of our university or Cirebon. Yeah, this research project is in collaborations with my two colleagues, Pak Zakia Fani and also Bu Listiana Ikawati last year. Okay, all right. So at first, this research depart from my or our casual observations in the field, in classes, and also some casual conversations with my students in English proficiency test preparations course. My students told me that what makes IELTS, what makes TOEFL or other English proficiency tests all the way more difficult or harder are the many unfamiliar contexts or the many unfamiliar topics. So I thought, how about we develop our own English proficiency tests while still maintaining or using the international standardized frameworks such as CFR and also maybe TOEFL formats, but with some touches of our own identities, with our own culture, with our own local references, with our which our students have already been familiar with. Yeah, so this is the start, yeah, the start of our project. Okay, so this line of thinking, yeah, is also in line with some researchers that advocate assessment that recognize local cultural resources while maintaining global intelligibility, or we can call it as glocalization. Yeah, glocalization. So this is glocalizations. When we talk about glocalizations, of course, we are going to talk about global. Yeah, it stands from two words, global and also local. Make it global while at the same time make it local. This is what we called as glocalizations. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about globalizations. When we are talking about globalizations, maybe often we think that everything must be the same everywhere. Yeah, but actually, in reality, globalization does not produce uniformity. Yeah, instead, it generates the local versions of the same global ideas. So this is according to Rudometov and Desi 2022. Yeah. So let's say, for example, yeah, when we bring a global idea, let's say, for example, English proficiency test or educational system or even a technology, some technologies to a new place, to some places, then the people in that new places, they are not going to take it or receive it as it is, yeah, or accept it as a wholesale. But the people in that new places, they are going to adapt it, they are going to adjust it, they are going to reshape whether it is educational system, whether it is language testing, whether it is technology, they are going to adjust it, reshape it to fit their need, to fit their culture, yeah, to fit their context. Yeah, so this is what it means being or doing globalizations. Yeah, so in globalization, it involves global ideas, systems, and practices that are already internationally acknowledged, but local actors, yeah, people in the local setting actively adapt, negotiate, and combine these influences. And then when we are talking about globalization in terms of language testing, in terms of English language proficiency tests, yeah. So we need both, I think, and this is also based on some references, we need both concepts, the global aspects and also the local aspects. So if a test is only global, yes, they are standardized. The task is standardized. The task is internationally recognized. Yeah. However, it may feel distant. It may feel irrelevant. Yeah. It may feel unfair for the students because the task does not match the student's background. Okay. However, if the test, yeah, if the English test, the English proficiency test is only local, it may feel relevant. The students will find it easier. However, maybe the task, if only local, will not be internationally recognized. Yeah, so we need both concepts here, both standards, the global and also the global standards and also the local references or the local aspects. Yeah, so this globalizations reflects a balanced model. Global standard ensure standardizations and compatibility. Okay. Meanwhile, the local aspect, it ensures relevance, fairness, and also authenticity because it matches the student's background. Yeah. Okay, so this is according to WEIR 2019. So this is about uh, what it means about localizations. Yeah. Okay. All right. So hence, thus our research team, Miss Listi and also Pazaki, we developed or we conducted research that aims to develop a localized computer-based task, based English proficiency task that integrates Indonesian cultural context with valid assessment principles. Yeah, so this is our research aims. Okay, and then I'm going to talk briefly about the research methodology. So, our research using R&D, research and development, research design with Borg's and Gell's AD model. So it consists of 5 steps: analysis, design, development, implementations, and also evaluations. Okay, and then the findings, yeah. So in the first stage, which is analysis, or we conduct need analysis, yeah. So we conducted surveys online through Google Forms, and also we interviewed some lecturers and also some students, yeah, related to the need in developing a localized English proficiency test. So you can see in table 1, this is the results of some items in the questionnaire. So the questionnaires ask the students about whether English proficiency is important in a professional and also academic context. It also asks the students related to their difficulties in listening, structure, reading, components, yeah, in TOEFL. And then it asks about the students' difficulty related to the foreign cultural context or foreign topics, yeah. And then we also asked about the students' perspective, if we used some cultural references, yeah, our local cultural references such as local culture, Islamic history, and then local issues in the TOEFL, like, or in our English proficiency test. Okay, and then the results, yeah, the result, wait, the results reveal that students express very high needs for English mastery and English proficiency assessment. They think that yes, as the students of English department, they need to have English proficiency, yeah, for their academic and also for their professional development. Okay, and then the student also reported moderate to high difficulty in listening, in structure, and reading components of English proficiency tasks, particularly, especially when they are confronted with unfamiliar Western cultural context. Yeah, they uh, they thought that the text or the English test does not only test about their language competencies, but they also test about their knowledge in certain topics. Yeah, so they felt that this was quite unfair. Okay, and then after conducting online surveys, we also conducted interviews. The students and also lecturers believe that integrating Indonesian cultural content could ease comprehensions and reduce test anxiety, especially when texts reflect familiar contexts such as local traditions, folklore, culinary culture, and regional issues. Yeah. So this is the findings in the first stage, which is the need analysis stage. Okay. So we design and also we develop test blueprint and also test items, English proficiency test item based on the need analysis results. We adapt TOEFL ITP format with local references, yeah, while integrating local references. So the test specifications, there are three sections. The first section is listening, and we developed 50 items or 50 questions. And then the second section is structure and written expressions with 40 items or 40 questions. And then the last one is reading sections with 50 items. Okay, so this is the task format. And then the themes. So we incorporate or we used familiar topics, yeah, for the students, the topics which are familiar with the students in the audio, okay, in dialogue or monologue for listening sections, and also in structure, and also the text in reading sections. So the themes involves Islamic historical figures. Sunan Gunung Jati, you are already know about him. Wali Songo, and then Ibnu Sina, yeah. We also introduce some Cirebon's touristic areas. We also talk about Jamu, okay, as local wisdom, yeah, one of our local wisdom. And then we talk about Indonesian deforestations, because I think this is also an issue that are already familiar with, yeah. And then we also talk about current affairs, yeah, such as Rohingya migrations and then Middle East wars, yeah. Okay, so after we design and also after we develop the questions, yeah, then we develop the computer-based tasks. With the help of IT professional, we develop a website. We named our English proficiency task as ProEast, proficiency in English task. So the task takers could create account here and register here, and then after log in the website, the students or the task takers could open the test, yeah, after the administrator set the test date. Okay, so in the next stage, we implemented what we have developed beforehand. So in the implementation stage, we conducted a limited field trial. We asked 30 English education students. We asked 31 students as the participants of this limited field trial, yeah, to assess whether the English proficiency test prototype was feasible or not. So the results of the limited field trial reveals that the test is quite reliable. However, some items should also be revised. Okay, and then after conducting the implementation, uh, after conducting the limited field trial, we also conducted online surveys with closed-ended questionnaire and also open-ended questionnaire to us to find out about the phase validity and also the user's experience, yeah, after taking the proficiency in English test, yeah. So the students rated Pro East as easy to access, and then it has clear navigation. It is visually consistent, and then related to the task instructions is clear. The timing is clear, and then the task flow were also highly rated. Yeah. However, yeah, of course there are some limitations. Yeah, several technical limitations comes up. Um, while the application is not quite stable yet, and then system errors, audio playback issues, and network related interruptions were frequently mentioned. So, ProEast or this English proficiency test prototype was, yeah, in the early stage of its development. So, of course, it needs improvement. There are also several other limitations related to the research. Um, the test is only limitedly trial. Yeah. So of course, for the next research, it needs to be tested with wider test taker, with wider participants, and then the validity, yeah, the contract criterion, content validity are need to be measured rigorously further. So to make ProAce as the reliable and also valid uh, alternatives, yeah, alternatives in English proficiency tests. Okay, so basically what this study is saying is that we have, well, it is important in English proficiency tasks to maintain the global standard, yeah, to maintain the global quality. However, we have the choices, yeah, as long as it suits our needs, to also adjust the global standard to meet our needs, yeah, to make the task feel more relevant and also more fair or fairer for our students. So that's why global and local concept come up. Well, I guess that's all from me. Thank you so much. I'm going to give it the time back to the moderator.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Miss Musiana Nurul M. Home, for that incredibly insightful presentation. You have given us a lot reflect on from the categorizing English testing to how tests can be designed to better reflect both global standards and local context. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time the part of the event where we get to engage directly to our speaker. This is your opportunity to ask question and seek clarification on the topic we just explored. We will running the question session.
Okay. Maybe you can also type your questions in the chat box. Okay, so I see Pak Teddy, Pak Teddy Rohadi, our lecturer, uh, is also present here. Pak Teddy. Now he is currently in Gunung Jati, Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung ya Pak Teddy. Oke. Okay, so uh, Yeah, maybe, do you think it is difficult when you taking or completing the TOEFL test uh, because of the unfamiliar topics? Yeah, the host. Yeah. Well, I think if there are no comments, we can just wrap our sessions, our outreach sessions. Yeah.
Uh,
So, uh,
Hello.
Yes.
yeah,
Hello, Miss. Sorry. I would like to ask a question, but firstly, I'm sorry that I couldn't turn on my camera
yeah, no problem,
due to some
Irma.
reason. Okay.
Yeah.
So, is the TOEFL test with the concept of glocalization already uh, made by you and your team? It's
Yes.
already in the full test.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so how
So,
long? Yeah,
yeah.
I know how long you made that with your team.
Okay, thank you, Bu Irma. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So actually, this is last year projects, yeah, with my teams, with my colleagues. So we developed this task in maybe about 7 months, yeah, from the early stages to the implementation stages and also the evaluation stages. So we have developed a complete TOEFL predictions, yeah, or TOEFL like task. We adapt the TOEFL format. So we developed 50 questions in listening tasks along with its audio. And then we also developed the structure or the grammar sections, 40 questions. And also we developed the reading text and also their questions, 40 questions. And we use the local references, we use the local context, Bu Irma, ya. We used tags, ya. We used topics such as Sunan Gunung Jati, and then we also talk about Jamu. We also talk about the deforestations in Sumatra and also Kalimantan, and then we also used the migrations, Rohingya migrations to Indonesia. I think our team think that those topics are relevant to our students, that maybe it will reduce the students' anxiety when they taking or doing the tasks, and we have also implemented it, but yeah, there are still some limitations to the task, and it needs to more improvement.
Okay, thank you. That's interesting. Okay, may I ask another question?
Yes, of course, Wirma.
Okay, so from the research, where did you find the top? I mean, the research for adding the deforestation, adding the Sunan Gunung Jati figure and something like that. Okay, where where did you find the source?
The source, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, thank you. So actually, the topics, we derive the topics from the need analysis, Bu Irma. Yeah. So we are asking the students in the questionnaire, also in the interviews, what kind of topics they want in their English proficiency task. And then after we analyze, we process the data from the need analysis, we come up with that kind of topics, yeah, that set of topics, and then we developed the text, we developed the audio uh, based on the resources online, Bu Irma, yeah. So we develop our own text, But the references we use it from the online resources, yeah, that are abundantly available. But we also, yeah, this is also the limitations that the reviewer or the assessor from our research told us that in the further research we need to also cross-check the content of yeah our text, yeah, to the, for example, the experts such as culture the cultural authority in Cirebon, yeah, maybe if it is related to Sunan Gunung Jati, and also the experts in the fields, yeah, such as maybe the deforestations. This is what our reviewer also suggests us to do, yeah, in order to improve the quality of our tests. Bu Irma.
Okay, one more question, I think.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between the common TOEFL test and then the globalization test type? Okay, what do you
Okay.
think of the result of the students before and after change the type of the test?
All right, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we have not conducted the comparison study or research yet, Bu Irma. We just conducted the limited field trial. Yeah, so our students that have already taken the commonly TOEFL prediction test beforehand, we asked them to also take the localized versions of TOEFL prediction stats, yeah. And then this is based on the interviews, yeah, based on the questionnaires, open-ended questionnaire and also closed-ended questionnaires. They based on that questionnaires, the survey after or post the limited trial, they it was find out that the students think that it is easier for them to understand, to comprehend the text, yeah, because are not uh, they are not feeling worried beforehand, unnecessary anxiety or unnecessary worriness, yeah, beforehand because of the unfamiliar topics, Bu Irma, yeah. So I think yeah, it can be conducted for the future research to compare between the commonly used English what is it TOEFL prediction tests and also the results of the student score in the localized English proficiency test. Irma.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Bu Irma. I do really appreciate for your discussions here. Thank you.
Uh,
Okay.
who asks the next question? Anyone else?
Yeah, I would like to offer my apology, everyone, because I was late in joining our Zoom meeting because, well, I need to attend some urgent matters related to um, teachers' professional development. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Okay. Thank you all your excellent question and to Ms. Musiana Nurul M. Boom for the thoughtful and comparative answers. And on behalf of the community, I want to extend your sincere gratitude to our amazing speaker, Ms. Musiana Nurul M. Boom, for sharing her experience with us today. And your knowledge as passion are with inspiration. Thank you once again to all of you your active participation and for making this episode a great success. We hope to see you next time English language teaching research and innovation series event. Let us close today's session with great by saying together Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone for your attentions. Thank you. Okay, thank you Bu Irma ya for the discussion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dah.